What'd you find on the El Camino?
I find the key and
The spare key and the shank.
The shank.
And rust.
And rust. A lot of rust.
Check it out, we're working on that 59 El Camino, the rust bucket. So these things, historically, the bed is just demolished. Rust, heavy rust, multiple layers. It's just a ton of work. There's not much more I can say about it. So we're gonna run you through a couple processes today on making some panels, running some beads, and plug welding them. The crew, Brandon and Nigel, have done some amazing work back here where they've got a whole new inner structure made out of 16 gauge. We're taking the original bed floor panels and patching them, and then we'll powder coat these, and then we'll bed line this thing. So the end result of this bed will be a black bed liner. So let's make some panels. So let me hop up in here. They call this the Smuggler's Cove because it was like a big panel that you could hide things across the border, but you can hide a bunch of stuff back here. So the Smuggler's Cove was all rusted out. We're gonna make a new panel, and we're gonna run a couple beads. If you come in here and check this out, we're gonna run a couple beads going long ways like this, and then we'll probably just do a little like herringbone style. What we're doing with this El Camino in particular is kind of a resto mod. It's going to be a Roadster Shop chassis, the Revo chassis, LS, automatic, gloss black, probably 17s and 18s front and rear. And then I'm thinking we're going to have a custom wheel machined up that's going to look similar to the original hubcap from 59, the GM hubcap. So I'm thinking the direction we're gonna go. Mr. Lee's making a hell of a noise over here trying to get the inner structure straightened out. 18 gauge panel right here. Close. Okay, so we have our two panels roughed in. From Mr. Lee. Oh my God. This guy. Okay, roughed in, two panels. Little rough mark there and here. I'm just gonna do this with a hand shear. Again, it's the inner structure panel. There's purpose behind it. Obviously, it needs to be structural, and it needs to look good, and it needs to be coated and all that stuff, but we're not really too worried about heavy detail. We want a good fit. We don't need a perfect fit. Once again, I feel like we use this thing every single day. That's it. That's all we need. All right, that's it. It's that simple. So this panel is going to lay in here. Something like that. And let's do the other one. Check it out, we'll lay it in there, and on the next video we will start to fit the panel and fine tune them and weld them in. Yeah, check it out. That's it. All that gets covered up. It's going to be all epoxy coated. You'll never see it, but it looks good and it's strong. So today we're back on El Camino. The guys did a great job getting all the metalwork completed in the bed. This is just the first layer of the bed. There's actually a second bed floor that attaches to this layer. So this one's done. We're gonna run some seam sealer, panel bond we call it. We're gonna run some panel bond on all the edges and seam seal some of the overlaps in these panels. We already have got weld through primer in there, but we're gonna seam seal everything, and then Brandon's gonna run 3 or 4 coats of epoxy in here to seal the bare metal. Locked and loaded. So this is a 2-part component. It's got a base and a hardener, and as Brandon squeezes the trigger on the applicator, it pushes it through a little kind of a straw, and it mixes it for you, which is super nice. So every production automobile has panels that overlap each other, and then they're spot welded or plug welded. And in between those 2 panels, it's really important to run a weld-through primer to prevent corrosion. And then you got to seal those 2 panels, and that's where the seam sealer comes in. So the factory uses a real heavy-duty, like almost like a thick caulking spray gun, and they run a thick bead over the panels to prevent corrosion and moisture. And so we're doing the same thing. Every panel that's overlapped here, we're just doing it all by hand with a caulking gun. That's it. All by hand. Killer. What we've been fighting right here is every panel that we pull off looks like this. While Brandon finishes up, we'll show you what we're shooting today. He's going to be spraying the epoxy, which is from a company called PCL. This stuff here is great. We like this for interior components. We like it for interior bed floor and stuff like that. That's all going to get coated over. Typically, we're going to run like the DP90 on the exterior of the body and the interior wheel wells and stuff like that, anywhere that's really going to be susceptible to moisture. But this stuff's great. It's relatively inexpensive. You can get a little shot of it. If you guys are at home and you need an epoxy to cover a freshly sandblasted body or chassis, this is great stuff. I think the whole kit is under $150 for a gallon. So he's going to shoot that, like I said, 3 coats, probably out of a 1.4 tip, and we should have it all coated. Look at the line. Check out the line. All right, so we're looking pretty good. We have a saying that when we're looking at all this stuff, 4 eyes are better than 2. So we're gonna give this a little time. I think Brandon's gonna end up cleaning up all these panels. We'll give this a little time to cure, and then we'll come back and he'll start spraying. You'll be able to get a whole coat, huh? Yeah, I should be able to.
Rarely do I ever say this, but this El Camino was bound for the crusher. We were up for the task to take it on and save it. Check out the progress here. The bed floor completely redone. Hey, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next week. We'll see you then.
What's happening, everybody? Brian from Mackey's Hot Rod Shop with our new YouTube channel, Mackey and Machine. Listen, we are asking for your support. Subscribe, like, share, all of it. You've heard it time and time again. You know what to do. We need you guys. And in exchange for your support, we are giving a box full of merch from the shop. Hats, sweatshirts, t-shirts, beanies, stickers, all of it shipped right to your door for your support. Thank you. We appreciate you. Stay tuned. New videos every week, new shorts. Turn on the notification. Thank you.